Father! What's happening? We're out in Pretoria. Let me tell you, it's a maza. Plaza Paza.
My name is Refilwe Katong originally. My stage name is Fifi Frequency because I'm a radio personality, I'm a digital content producer, I'm an MC, I'm a DJ, just added another one to the bag. That's who I am and that's what I do. So I was born and raised in Johannesburg, but originally we are from the Northwest Province in Taung, not too far, Bukodi Pirima. I grew up in the south of Joburg, but before that we lived in Auckland Park. My grandmother owned a house in Bezdin, and we lived there with my mom and my grandmother. When she moved to the Northwest permanently, my mom then met my stepdad, which he's late. And they moved in with me. I grew up in the south in Regent's Park. Then lost my dad at a very young age. I was about 9, which put my mom into depression, and me being the elder one at home, I had to watch her be a different person, but also remember who she is because, she was my mom. So, growing up with her being depressed and then becoming an alcoholic, I never wanted to be home. I always wanted to be in the streets, but I also wanted to be in the streets and still represent my family and myself, as good people, So, I grew up, everything, I was there. Zulu, Rakita, thing. And then when my dad passed away, unfortunately, I had to stop living with my mom for that year because it was too far for me to get to school. I was in Malpark Primary at the time, and it was too far from the south. So I stayed. It's shacks called Slovo, just down the road from Westbury. So I stayed there with my mom's younger sister, and she practically raised me. She cooked me because I'm moving from being in a comfortable space with my mom, my dad, my younger sister. Now I'm in a shack. The lifestyle is totally different from what I'm used to, but that taught me how to adjust in any other situation. Because I think growing up, I've never struggled with feeling like I don't belong in a space. I always make sure that my personality or my being comes out. I think it's always been in me for as long as I can remember. I used to be a poet, actually, when I was 6 years old at Malpark, because the primary school I started at, Nkosi Johnson actually went to the school. So they took poetry really serious, public speaking. So if I remember properly, that's where I found my voice. I've always been a public kid. I've always been a teacher's pet. Yeah, because I could get things done. I see you doing something once, I would do it. I used to be the kid in grade 2 that used to go photocopy the whole class's things because I was that sharp. So I think for me, creativity, it's always been in me from when I was a poet. It's just unfortunately I lost my voice when I was 9. I woke up without a voice. I woke up and I didn't have flu. I wasn't sick. I woke up, I didn't have a voice, and I was never really diagnosed with anything when we tried following it up, but my voice changed. Actually, when I was in grade 8, we were called to be extras for some movie because, I told you, me and being in the streets because I want to be home. So on school holidays, we'd go, SABC, really extra, but I was underage, so I couldn't be on TV officially, on Your Generations and Movango as an extra because I was underage. So we did Hear Me Move with Wintle Modiseli and them. And I met a lot of people during that December, that cast, and we were there every day on time. And now the next thing I'm sitting with the production team, I'm asking about cameras and then in grade 10, DJ Sabi came to my school just to have a motivational chat with us, as the young kids. And at the time I was already listening to radio. I listened to a lot of Andile. There was a sports show he had because my dad used to listen to him. But in grade 10, DJ Sabi comes to school and I'm like to him, how you guys sound so cool and you look cool now? He gave me his email address. He didn't respond to my email, but he then also gave me other YFM DJs' emails. At Large, Tepo at Large was on that one. Love him down. May God continue to bless him. And I also had Kutete ladies. So I wrote them an email literally 10 years ago in June. Just telling them that I'm 17. I want to be on radio. Can they just give me an opportunity to shadow and see what's happening in the space? And they really did. At Large said I could come every Saturday. And I used to come and just watch him do his work, explain to me what it is. Then fast forward, he asked me who else I'd like to shadow at Wine. And I said Kuta Teledi because at the time I couldn't shadow Ayanda MVP. She was doing it during the week slot and I was in matric. Then Kuta was a Saturday show. I met her once. She's like, do you want to be on radio? The mic is on. I'm like, girl. Kuta said, it's on. She took a piece of paper. She wrote Maraza's Guan. She also wrote Beyonce, Hold Up. I remember those are the first 2 songs I back announced on radio. And Maraza called into Kuta's show actually on the day. So that's when I was like, they actually listening? I think God first, because I think when I'm really, really low, that's the one person that I fetch to, like, oh God, I don't know what's going on. And I need to know what's going on. But I think what keeps me afloat is my grandmother, she's 90 years old, and she's in Taung. And unfortunately, she's blind. But I feel like for someone that has raised a generation and a generation and a generation, it's only fair that when she leaves this earth, she does know that she really worked. Because, you know, my younger sister too. My younger sister's my number one supporter. Like, she's the one person I can call at any time. Be like, I don't understand what's going on. It's not easy not having parents. So me also just trying to remind myself, girl, you can do this. So yeah, that keeps me afloat, and I don't want to struggle. I genuinely really don't. I don't want to struggle at all. Oh Lord. So yeah, that keeps me afloat. My biggest challenge would be having to wrap up the fact that I'm not just a radio presenter and I'm not just an MC. Now, tapping into my other creativity, it's been difficult because I felt like radio hasn't worked out the way I wanted to work out. Like, for me right now, I'm supposed to be hosting Drive, but that was what I thought is going to happen. That's how I thought the journey is going to go. I didn't know that God decides different. You know, as we plan, He decides. But for me, it was just, the challenge has been having to tap into my other frequencies and be the best Fifi Frequency at it, with also just remembering that it doesn't mean that you don't love this anymore, or that won't happen, or it won't work out anymore. Oh my God. Oh no, first of all, like, banger, South African Radio Award nominee. Like, I still carry that. I didn't even want to get the award actually, because I felt like I can't get some radio, give the other people. But just to be recognized like that, success to me would then look or be a feeling of actually planning, firstly deciding to do something, planning it, working towards it, and actually achieving it. So it can't be just one thing. For me, it's planning that today I'm going to wake up, I'm going to go for my run, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'm going to get into a meeting with this person, and the meeting is going to go well, and the meeting goes well. Success. That's success one. And then everything is success. So I feel like putting your mind to something and actually working towards that. Because also sometimes we say all these things that we want to do, but we never really put in the work, or we don't do anything about it. And it's like, my babe, how? It's easier said than done. So I think for me, planning something, executing it the best way I know how, and seeing it come to life, that is success. Yeah, so I just joined them so I could be the voice behind them, one, and two, also be able to use the connections that I've made, to also connect with them, to also connect with everybody else, because I believe that it's not just, I don't think it's just an event. I think it's a movement that can really take a lot of young South African artists really far. Whether you're a rapper, whether you're a singer, whether you're a video guy or a video girl, whether you're a chef also, because it's a curation of an experience, not just
Hey, what's up? What's popping? We out. Baripitori Pele Fati. Akisha. Madam here. Ritari. Man of the moment. Ritari man of the place. For now. Just kidding.
Sang, it's your girl Fifi Frequency here. You already know Karaya Mutswana. We out with the wave, yo! Check us out. We'll be in the streets soon. Remember, with me, your last bad decision doesn't define you. You are always, always, always as good as your last try. From my heart to yours, from Kasi to Sabab, you plan your flight.